Well, let's find out which one we're up for today. EG and Team Liquid. We're going to be starting here, first match of the day here at Blast Premier. And we are on Inferno with EG starting on the T side, Liquid on the CT side. We do have 2 smokes and a Molotov, so you have plenty of room for different weird executes on the T side. They could do a lot with it. And actually, instead of Liquid waiting around, they're actually going to go check Banana and see what's going on, which is pretty aggressive for a pistol round, and that is going to maybe blow up in their face. Cirque will take down Stewie, and Naf and Fallen. I don't know, they're hanging around, but this is so early on. Great start for EG.
Yeah, that's so painful. That's so cool what Liquid tried to do there. Fallen setting up that molly to force them into the open where you had, you know, Stewie and Naf ready and waiting, and then they lose the fight. It's unfortunate it didn't work their way, but that's a really cool idea for the CT pistol. And now Liquid, they need to hit headshots. That's what it's going to come down to here. And Evil Geniuses, they're going to give him a chance. It's going to hit the B site here in a moment.
You say Liquid, but really Fallen just needs to hit headshots, and a lot of them. He's completely alone. He's got no backup. He's got no grenades, no armor or anything. So it's all on him, and they're going to throw in the smokes. They have a Molotov if they really want to clear him out. He's going to fall even further back. Actually, they're going to come running for him in construction. They have the deep smoke coming through. And Tarek, I mean, it didn't look very clinical, but it absolutely got the job done. So we're not going to complain at all. For a minute, it looked like it was Kirby playing the game. Grim and Elige are left 2 versus 4, and the bomb is already down. So great, great follow-up from EG. They get the early kill, and then they just wrap on that construction zone and absolutely make it work. Elige 1 versus 2, and they shouldn't be fighting him here. He does have a kit picked up, and there is a smoke, so I don't know, almost just run in while the smoke is up, maybe? Because once it's gone, you're going to be out in the open, and there's still very much for the bomb site to cover. It'll go down to the end, and EG will pick up the pistol.
Nice beta-reno there.
Yeah.
That was clever, very clean, worked out for Evil Geniuses. Man, okay, so it's so fun because the narrative that we need to go into on Inferno in particular with these 2 teams is that Liquid are very defensive on CT side. They prefer to let their opponents come to them. They tend to be a bit more economic with their utility as well, not commit as much of it early in the rounds. Evil Geniuses, their Inferno tends to revolve around aggression. They like to get in your face, they like to make plays, they like to get up there fast. And so it's like a hot-cold kind of yin-yang kind of balance that we've got going on here. Ooh. All right, Breeze. That's clean. Nice 1 tap onto Fallen. But already, Liquid may be trying to shift things up with that pistol setup. The CT side, you know, trying to make a play. That's not their style. That's not what they're about. So we're going to get in mind games here. These teams know each other too well.
I hope so. I mean, that's the best case scenario, isn't it? If they actually try and play just a little bit outside of their own comfort zone and try and do, as you pointed out, some of the things that maybe they're not so used to and play the map a bit differently. This one is working out brilliantly for them. Down in the pit, Grim is trying to keep his head low, but that only worked for a short while. Naf is going to be showing up, and second kill would have been really beautiful. They're going to get a couple here. It's not so bad for Liquid. Probably would have loved a bit more damage. I do have a very important question for you, though, Samlo. When we get back to the Liquid camera, we need to find out which fish is, in fact, the best, because they have that on the whiteboard behind them, and they've been given some attempts. I don't know who's been drawing them. I didn't read it that carefully, but
is this like the new team building exercise that you get, where it's who can draw the best fish in the most in the shortest amount of time?
It could be, you know, that whoever does that gets to call for the team that day. You know, some sort of artwork project. I don't know what Jason is up to over there.
Dude, he's been reading books on leadership and everything. You know, although I expect more of a Jocko Willink approach from him. It seems like that's what he's trying to institute in this team, and I really appreciate it. But oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, you know what? I wish him the best of luck on that front. You know, keeping these kids under control definitely cannot be easy.
That's why you had Dad Fallen now. You know, add Dad Fallen into the roster. There you go.
Well, approach. We'll see. We'll leave that. I will leave that to the future, for the future to tell. Really, I'm gonna have to see the evidence before I make any decisions. Elige is alone over here, and that's why he's playing, you know, a little bit forward and trying to actually, you know, be a couple of places at once. A little bit aggressive in the apartments, and now, you know, close to here. I kind of wish he would actually, you know, at least keep stepping around, because he has to sell the idea that, you know, there are more people here than what's really true. So that they walk into the quad stack over at the B bomb side, and they're all lined up. It's a firing squad.
Oh, what a shame. There's absolutely no reason to be chucking AGs over this way, but still, Tarek's going to find Elige, and they back it, and they spot and back it off here, Evil Geniuses. They're not going to commit to this, although they do leave Cirque here. He's going to be able to farm with that Mac 10. Even a 1 kill with this will be big for him, and there it is. Does manage to pick up an extra $600 for himself, so
right.
Nice job. In the meantime, we've lost Elige on the other side of the map, and it is going to be Liquid, well, kind of just trying to set up here for some exits.
Try whatever we can. Might as well. I don't mind. I mean, I think that's a creative way to try and lure someone in. We've seen it before where people do actually go and fight the entire 4-man squad, because I don't know what it is, but when you would think that as soon as you shoulder peek that and you see that there are 4 people, you just say, well, whatever happens, just don't fight. But when you have a Mac-10, you feel hungry instantly. You just think, all right, like maybe I could spray every one of them down, which usually isn't how it works out. Fallen, about to get either shot or stabbed or almost stabbed. Tarek denied of the content. That is really sad. He was setting up for it as well.
Not happening. Not happening this time. Your name is not simple.
I mean, that could be either the knife or hopefully, if we're lucky again, the ninja diffuse, right? That was enjoyable. I think that was a bit of a highlight yesterday.
Where is Fallen taking this AWP? Because I'm wondering if this is how he decides to change it up. Liquid don't really use utility much in mid, and so that could give him some room to work with that AWP. They're not one of those teams that's throwing smokes down to block top mid so much. And so yeah, he is going to set up on short with it. I was curious if he was actually going to try and get aggressive with it. But instead, it's over on Banana, where we got the nade game already kicking off here. Now that Liquid actually have some money, Evil Geniuses are going to have to figure out the tempo for those HEs and those incendiaries, where exactly they're going to be going.
And EG getting banana control fairly easily. Just being allowed to hang out here, which, you know, if that's a recurring theme, then you could do some pretty cool B executes from that. But there were also 3 members of Liquid over on the defensive side here. Right? Elige, Naf, and Stewie are all hanging out towards the B bomb side. So if they tried to do a full execute there, maybe that wouldn't have worked out so well. And the way that Fallen and Grim are set up right now, although Elige is coming back in here, but it's pretty dangerous if... You know, one thing is if Fallen misses a shot, but if they come out of apartments and Grim can't stop them, then Fallen's actually trapped in where he is. He can't get back. So Grim really has to stay alive and get a couple of kills or slow them down. Otherwise, I think Fallen is toast. And we'll see, they're already jumping down. And they don't stop anything. Fallen gets caught as he's falling back into the bomb site. It's just done. Instant save. Not even worth showing up for.
What an impeccable timing.
Yep.
I mean, that is clean for Evil Geniuses.
There are actually a couple of problems, I think, with that kind of a setup. And one of them is, if you're Fallen and you're playing that forward quad corner looking into the middle with an AWP, if you sense that there's danger, or you just hear, you hear the first flashes come out, you turn and you run back towards the A bomb site, but usually there will be a couple of T's in middle throwing grenades towards the pit and balcony. So as you turn to run away from middle to try and escape, you're actually running right into those flashbangs. You're going to be looking straight at them. It's just a bit of a mess, really. So I kind of understand it, that it's cool if you can get a kill and fall back, and now you have the traditional crossfire of pit and A site setup, which, it's like getting a kill and then coming back to a normal defense, but I've seen that happen many times before, so this just completely blew up on them. Great stuff for EG, though. 4-0. What a beautiful start again as the presumed underdog team. This is great. What they want.
So even though it's so tough to say though when it comes into it, because like the underdog team, it's like Evil Geniuses in terms of world ranking definitely lower underdog status, but not by much. So I mean, it's like they're gonna know so much about each other. Adding Fallen to the roster, I don't know if that changes enough, because like how quickly can you change your game after a week of scrims? It's more about just slotting Fallen into the system, and the system that Liquid use on Inferno is a very passive one. And the Evil Geniuses are going to start taking advantage of that, right? If you're not peeking mid for info, if you're not delaying your plays there to get to put a little bit of pressure on Evil Geniuses, we're going to have situations like the one we just saw where Evil Geniuses, they get to just kind of execute at will. Like, cool, 3, 2, 1, here are the flashes, go. And that's going to be really hard for Liquid to deal with. I think if Evil Geniuses get fired up and start feeling confident in hitting headshots. So I'm curious to see when Liquid decide to start changing things up. And this is one way to change things up here, is that Liquid have chosen to put Stewie aggressive with Naf. This is more aggressive than Team Liquid usually play on Banana already.
Very cool to see. And obviously that should give them some more confidence in keeping the 3-man stack at the A bomb site. And it could also just be in for a surprise here. There are... It's only, what, 1 Molotov left on EG, so they could use that to clear out Stewie. He's going to fall back now, but... that deep banana control, you can catch you off guard even if you know theoretically they could be in play. Stewie's now just doing the regular jump, and we'll see if they're going to be able to at least push him back. He's going to put up the Molotov, in fact. Naf is still back there with a flashbang. He's got it in hand, and I guess now with that Molotov in front, it's going to be tricky, but yeah, you can see he's thinking about it. And Ab's timing is everything right now. That's all that matters. 30 seconds on the clock. He's going to turn for it, and he does not get the kill. Ethan takes him down, and I'd love to see that from Ethan's point of view. How does he not get flashed? How is he not already dead? 20 seconds, and they're falling back to the A-bomb site. But Grim and Fallen are still here. This round is not done, and with that kill from Naf, they are surely going to know that something is up. Yeah, Fallen and Grim trying to get into position. Grim will pick up Terry. Only 9 seconds on the clock. Just stay alive. Grim continues. A triple kill. Finally, he goes down, and Zerk is not going to hit the no-scope. Fallen drops him, and Liquid win the round just because of not rotating out of A.
Staying put and not seeing too much of an overcommit from Evil Geniuses. This is actually where if you can play into Liquid's game of them playing super defensive like this,
yeah.
If you can play against the clock and you don't get any kills, and this is ideally how Liquid would have it work, where it's like, okay, cool, you're under the pressure of the clock, you haven't given yourself much room to maneuver, so you can't set up with the nades that you would like, you're not going early enough to get all the flashes and smokes in play, you're having to rush. Perfect, you're gonna walk right into us, and that's how we can wreck you. So this is Evil Geniuses maybe getting a bit too much in their heads. And we have to see now as Liquid are once again challenging early.
Ooh, how's he not dead? Stewie's very lucky to be alive. But I mean, you're right. Even if Naf got that kill on Ethan after the initial battle was won, it felt like if they'd actually gone B, Naf would have been in so much trouble, right? So maybe doing that double take and going back to the A-bomb site was too much. It's always hard to know, but that did seem like that was also an option for them.
Sometimes Occam's razor, man. You know, just go with the simplest option. Just no need to overcomplicate. You got the kill on Stewie. Just commit to B, especially when you only have 20 seconds, not even 20 seconds left on the clock.
Maybe even more so because the flashbang that was set up for Stewie to take that fight kind of reveals Naf's position. Like, they know that as soon as they... Like, Ethan would have known, oh, yeah, that was thrown from coffins. Like, we were definitely sure.
What I'm thinking is they're probably thinking there's 2 players there, and Stewie's bait.
You could, I mean...
For that flash, for him to be playing so aggressive, which isn't characteristic, they're probably thinking, oh, they've got 2 players on B, let's go hit A, you know? And
I mean, that is the
not
ridiculous
the case.
rock, paper, scissors game of sometimes guessing the opponent's strategy.
Exactly. You get 2 into your head where it's like, oh, man. But again, these are the layers on layers. How many times have these players played against each other over the years, right? It's just going to be layers on layers.
If they can smoke off Elige successfully, he's going to actually put up a grenade. That's interesting, but only 20 seconds left. They need to get rid of Elige so they can focus on Grim and Fallen inside of the bomb side. He's going to take one guy with him, but 15 seconds now. Time is running out. Fallen, he was flashed getting that kill on Ethan, and it didn't even matter. 10 seconds left. They must know Grim is still down in the pit, and he's waiting for someone to jump, but it never happens. 6 seconds as the bomb is finally being planted, and Stewie goes down, trying to stop that plant, or at least trying to shoot into the bomb site, leaving Naf in a 1 versus 2. So very drawn out, very late in the round, and somehow EG, they just find the right puzzle pieces. I'm not even sure how. That was so close.
Well, everything has to go right. You have to hit all your shots.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the difference. If you're going to cut it that close in terms of time, you know, you don't have all your nades, you don't have everything. If you're not hitting headshots, you're just going to run into a wall. And this time they hit their shots. They get in there fast, and they don't get caught the way they did coming up short last time. So it's just the finest of margins right now between these 2 teams. But Evil Geniuses, man, that's going to be a 5th round on the board.
So wondering, I would want to go back at some point and just watch that round again, because you could see here that that's a pretty wide swing for Elige. Fallen is here. Yeah, this is where he gets the kill. He's only partially flashed. He is trying to hide. Okay, so my concern was, let's say there are 3 people alive for Liquid around the A-bomb side, and there's about 10 seconds on the clock. If everyone decides, okay, well, we're going to play for time. Like, let's just try and be hard to find so that they can't plant the bomb. That would be a strategy, but it only really works if everyone does it. And I'm not sure if that was even the problem here, but it looked like Fallen couldn't possibly have hidden, you know, any further than he did. But Grim certainly was hiding.
I think the Fallen stays crouched if he knows the position that Grim is playing in, right? But he doesn't. I think these are like the fine-tuning issues that we're going to be dealing with over time here for Liquid, where they're going to start figuring out, okay, if this situation, then you're doing this, and we won't get those kinds of chaotic things. But now, Liquid right now, again with the aggression.
Yeah, that was even after getting the early kill, which is a brilliant headshot to take down Stanislaw. Now the follow-up is there, and inside of the bomb site, Fallen is on his own, and they are not afraid to come right at him. The smoke in front, but again, they probably know he has that AWP, so they're not even really afraid to push through the smoke. Even if they lose someone, they might just think, well, that is still worth it. Bomb goes down, and now retaking this bomb site, I just don't even think it's worth trying. Fallen, if you want to stick around and look for a kill and try and make it a 3-on-3, fair play. but I wouldn't try and go straight in here.
Ooh, yeah. Well, I mean, if you can get a kill immediately here, that's not going to happen. Cirque finds that shot, and you can see immediately Fallen is going to peel off. I'm surprised Brehze isn't just charging. Yeah, he hears those footsteps. He knows that they're going, and he's just going to be a split second too late. Not going to catch Fallen.
He wanted it.
Question if Tarik is going to be able to get there in time. Grim is up in Graveyard. Tarik is charging short. He's going to try and get up here. He's going to hear those footsteps.
Yeah, he could find him. Ooh, actually a little bit slow even.
Unreal.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, they made that way more expensive.
That's interesting. I really don't understand this part here, because at this point it's a 4-on-5 in favor of Liquid. They already had the kill. I don't think they actually needed to do that. And I mean, that could well be part of the strategy, right? You sort of think, okay, we got the early kill. Probably they're not going to expect, you know, a secondary flash into deep in banana. I mean, fair play, that is unlikely. But that was just leaving the door wide open for EG. So actually struggling a little bit here early on, Liquid. 6-1 in favor of EG. I think this is super exciting, super good news. I really want to see this go to all 3 maps because, again, got that NA matchup. It's good to see, even if they're all in Europe at the moment. Still counts.
They are, yes, and these are North American teams, and well, Evil Geniuses have been here a couple of weeks now. They came here early because last time they did not have enough time to catch up to the meta in Europe, and so this time they came around early. They were getting cracking with the European teams early. They haven't pracked against each other, which is worth mentioning, because before you're coming into this tournament, you're not sure if you're going to play against one another, but turns out they still didn't prack against each other. So I guess that's just what NA rivalry. They don't want to help each other out, you know. Gotta. You know, friends on one side, but enemies on the other, right? Enemies in the server.
That's real interesting, actually. I'd love to know what the reasoning is behind that. You know, maybe they're like, we want full advantage when we're here. We can always play each other back home.
Exactly.
I'm not sure. No, look at the lack of information. You brought this up earlier about them not being aggressive in mid or banana, and look at the teams right now at the CT side. They're so far back, and that basically gives this run into the B bomb site. Now, if you get a kill like this, maybe you could say it's worth it, right? Because at least you're 4-on-5 for the afterplant. But playing that far back more or less secures that there will be an afterplant. They're actually going to get another kill. This one for the smoke as well. And this time it's Brehze going down. Unbelievable. Stewie is out here. He's not reloaded yet. And, well, even if he had, the bullet to his face from Ethan will put any end to that. Elige and Grim and Fallen just completely wrecked them. But I just want to put a little pin in this round and say, don't expect for this to work out every single time. I would say it's very risky what Liquid just did. Now, they made it look perfect, so sounds stupid when I say it, but no, I'm going to hold on to it.
You're not necessarily wrong.
I'm fine with it.
It's just that this is them going back to their strengths. If you watch the heat maps, if you watch how Liquid set up on CT side Inferno, that's much more in their wheelhouse. It's not flashing Stewie through smoke and banana late. Yeah. It's them setting up towards CT. It's them setting up on the site. It's getting those smokes down and putting spray through. Right, that's much more in Liquid's wheelhouse. And, you know, maybe Moses, maybe Stewie, they're just saying, hey, let's just go back to what we know here. And Evil Geniuses, they tried to play to that, and it just doesn't work out that time for Evil Geniuses. Sometimes you're going to get sprayed in the face, you know, through smoke. And unfortunately, that's what happened with EG this time around. Now let's see if Evil Geniuses can change it up here. And
I mean, fair play. They did also stop to sort of shoot through the smoke in reverse, which I don't even understand why that is necessary. I think it's different if you think someone is boosted and you try and spray that. But just standing there and shooting towards CT spawn, probably not a great idea. That looked like the timing was almost dead on perfect. They nearly catch Fallen. He's back for a little bit more. He's taking some damage. In the meantime, Naf going down, and that's an archway. That was otherwise a really good setup between Fallen and Naf, but now that it's wide open and this early in the round, they could just leave. They could go for, they're going to improvise a B-split. I'm not even sure if this was the point, but it is now, and it's left Stewie alone, and that is a lot of trouble coming his way. Grim is going to take down Tarik, but this is about Stewie. They must know that he's here alone.
Oh, man, what can Mr. Yip do? They have to know. They have to know that because they killed Naf, and he's the other anchor for B. So, but does he have an op? They don't know that he has an op, and there you go. First shot goes in. Ethan is out of the picture. Brehze not able to trade frag, and then they're not up banana yet either. So Stewie can now post up at the back of the site. Big opportunity here for Stewie.
They have a Molotov, though, on Cirque, so if they throw it back here, Stewie's probably screwed. Smoke is up. Are they walking through? It's pretty close, and Brehze just goes for it. That's a bold play, and Cirque will take down Fallen coming in from banana. So Grim, I'm not sure about this. Oh, actually, the timing is ridiculous. Cirque must have been thinking, is he some kind of a magician? I was just there looking, but he slipped right past the board just as he was getting there. 1 versus 2, and they could play for time here. It's planted out in the open. It's hard for him to really go and check everything. So I'd say don't try and fight him too hard. A little bit of a spot there for Grim. He's actually, I mean, it's smart for him to immediately look for the follow-up, but that's a tough ask overall. There's a 1 versus 3. He did what he could. So 7-2. What a great start. This is really impressive.
It's fantastic. It's really, really solid from Evil Geniuses here.
And it's Brehze. I'm excited about the fact that Brehze is top fragging right now for EG, because he had a moment last year, like in the first, I don't know, second or first quarter or something, where he just looked so good.
He's had his peaks. He's a hitter.
Crazy peaks.
He's a hitter. I think it's a lot of. I think it has a lot to do with confidence, right? And also just getting here early enough, being as a team together, getting cracking. I think all of these things, we're seeing Evil Geniuses be much more competitive now than at the end of last year when they were under pressure and they weren't able to get that much time to prepare. So we're seeing the fruits here bear out, because we're in the second round of the lower bracket. You know, it's not like they got knocked out in 2 matches like they did at the end of last year, right? It's a big change. And
yeah.
Well, again, Liquid giving a lot of ground over to Evil Geniuses. Again, just them kind of giving up Banana, letting Banana go the way of Evil Geniuses. So we'll see if Evil Genius decides to just play off of this, or if they're going to go ahead and start developing over towards the A side. It looks like Tarek has just been holding, waiting for a flank, but that's just not Liquid style. They don't go for those pushes in the second mid, really.
I just think the theory behind this kind of a defense for Liquid is so... I'd be so curious to know exactly what the idea is, because if they knew... Imagine if someone checked Banana right now over on the B side, they would know that no one was there, and they could rotate Naf over, and they'd have such a strong defense, but they just don't know anything. So for me, this just feels like a way of saying, we really hope this A defense holds, because there is no plan B. It just has to work, and we'll see if it does. Grim trying to put up that smoke. He was expecting a Molotov, but it was a Mac 10 instead, and that A defense did absolutely nothing. I mean, that shouldn't be that easy. And again, who is even looking? Grim is in pit, just admiring the bicycle down there. No one is looking quad, or even as it turns out, apartments. The other 2 people that are there in Grim and Fallen, they're all the way over by the library, and they're sort of holding on. I mean, I guess theoretically Fallen, yeah, he could take a look and sort of, you know, snipe up there. That's fine, but that's not really holding it, is it? Oh, Zerk. This is potentially a little bit spicy. He's not even gonna knife him.
Yeah, dude.
He's baiting us now.
So I mean, coming into this, there was quite a bit of tape to go off of for Evil Geniuses to work with, but this was before Fallen joined up, right? There were 8 times that Liquid played Inferno in the last 2 months. They lost 4 of them, right? It was 50% win rate. They have a 49% win rate on CT side. So I mean, Liquid, it's not like they're terrible on CT, but it's not above average either. They're going to give up rounds. The thing is that we're seeing here is that Liquid are playing almost exactly the way they played against Na'Vi. And that's recent. That's fresh. Yeah. So so Liquid coming into this, you saw some aggression from Stewie. You saw them trying to change it up a little bit, and then they got rebuffed, and they went right back to the game plan that they had against Na'Vi. And we're seeing that here. So if Evil Geniuses, they figure that out, they're like, cool. We know exactly what you're going to do now. You're going to sit back. You're going to wait for us. You're going to give us all the room, and we're going to take full advantage of it. And we're seeing that develop beautifully here for Evil Geniuses on the T side. They're looking fire.
I'm tempted to agree. Ooh, the timing on that flashbang, real good. Could have maybe been some trouble there.
The difference is that this worked against Na'Vi. You know? It's a tough one.
Yeah. Well, think about how slow of a team Na'Vi are. So, I mean, a lot of the time, if you're playing that far back, you know, potentially actually going for information plays against Na'Vi could be a little bit dangerous. But it's a nice find. Tarek picking up Grim. Bit of a weird off angle there. By the way, speaking of rock, paper, scissors and what was happening with Grim in the previous round over at the pit there.
Yeah.
That is kind of like that, right? Grim is expecting for there to be a Molotov. Naf is actually doing a little bit of work here. Surely it's going to come to an end. I think Brehze... Well, he actually takes another... I can't believe it. That's a triple kill. It's a 1-on-1, and it's all due to Naf. This should just have been an easy round. I'm so confused, and I think surely EG must be as well. I think that might just be them feeling a bit too confident. This is a great reminder. If they lose this round, it'll be a costly reminder. If they just win it, all it'll cost them is the other rifles, really.
Dude, complacency is a killer. You start letting your guard down, and that's when they get you.
Yeah. Oh, man. Stewie's walking in. He doesn't have a kit or anything. No smoke to block off the bomb, to force Brehze out. He's got the right idea, and oh, my God! Even walking in from the bomb side, they pick it up, and Naf I mean, the fact that he got the kill through the smoke as well, just before he got executed by brehze. What a ridiculous round that Liquid should have never, ever won.
Well, you're gonna get moments like that, man. And Naf has been fragging pretty hard for Liquid. He didn't really perform versus Vitality, but he did perform against Na'Vi. Ended with a positive 20 KD ratio. So like Naf on Inferno, like if you can give this guy Inferno right now, it feels like he's pretty comfortable. He's top fragging right now on this map as well.
And it's almost comedy, isn't it? You know, he kills 2 people, and right as he gets the second kill, the smoke that they needed before even like that goes up. It's like, oh yeah, we did forget something.
Oh, there's a smoke.
Meant to be something here.
Yeah, it's funny how that works out.
Fallen. You asked earlier if he was going to go aggressive, and at least he was down looking at the second mid, which he doesn't stick around. I don't mind it. I think it's great to see that. Aggressive AWPing from Fallen is probably one of my favorite things of all time watching CSGO. I think it's so cool.
Ooh, this is a nice read, though. Look at this early rotation coming out from Fallen. 3 players on the B site. This is going to get fun.
Right. They do have a really strong crossfire here, but are there enough counter grenades coming out? Stewie's going to get a kill. He goes down afterwards. Tarek, he's reading it well, just running and creating that space deep into the bomb site so the rest of his team can follow through. Fallen trying to get in here, but he's going to get shut down. And Elige and Grim, 2 versus 4. I don't know why they're sticking around. Grim is going to get a kill. I still don't think they should be sticking around. Retaking this B bomb site is just incredibly difficult. And they don't really have the money to throw these rifles away. So as much as they need the rounds, I'm not sure about this. They have a smoke, but Ninja diffusing inside of it. It doesn't even really go on top of the bomb. I don't know if they have what it takes here. Cirque will take down Elige. Grim, yeah, he's got the message. And he's actually not even going to make it out. Wow.
$100. Grim is trying to get Fallen's op there.
Yeah, that looks
trying
right.
to be a little rat and like sneak in, grab that op, and scamper off. That's exactly what he was hoping to do. I mean, sometimes you got to go for the BDP, Anders. Sometimes, you know, it's like, it's gonna hurt if you lose, but sometimes you just got to try and make those plays because you're down 9-3 in the first half now on CT side Inferno. I mean, granted, your CT side isn't your stronger side, but your T side isn't something to write home about either right now on Liquid. So you need the last 3 rounds of this half. It has to go your way.
Desperately, and you don't have that much to make it work with either. And I mean, that last round was just a lesson in the power of good smokes, really. Fallen with a pretty elementary boost, but it does the job and takes down Stanislaw. But yeah, what was a 3-way crossfire at the B-bomb site, because of the smoke towards CT spawn and coffins, turned into Stewie basically fighting on his own. And I'm noticing there weren't any great flashes coming in to help him. Like, normally they should have not just been allowed to throw those smokes and then run in and fight Stewie. There should have been a Molotov down in front, of, you know, that they would have to sort of run through. Maybe flashbangs as well, but this is looking good. Fallen, that looked like it could have been a shot as well. He is going to get hunted down by Tarek, who is going to go straight for the bomb plant. Although, brehze, I'm not even sure. That could have just been like an individual play to try and make that work, but they're suddenly in some trouble here. 2 versus 4. This should be Liquid's round. They need it. You said it. They need the next 3 in a row. Nothing other will be accepted here or satisfactory. Tarek started to fall back. He's done some damage. He's back for more, and he's going to get shot in the face. So now it's all on Cirque, and he is battle AWPing straight up. He's going to get caught eventually, and they will get the round. And yeah, the upgrades here. I mean, double AWP, double AK from, what did they have? Like pistols and SMGs and not that much more?
Some rifles. They had an op on Fallen, so they're able to save that one. That's nice about it. But what I'm surprised about is how low the econ is for Evil Geniuses, despite them getting all these rounds on the board. Some of these have been scrappy, so their bank isn't terrific. They're still going to be able to get the full buy here, but in the next 2 rounds, like if they were to lose this next round, it might put them in an awkward spot. So Liquid have set themselves up for success with that round. They've put themselves in a position to get the remaining 2 rounds of this half, which they absolutely must. They have to get these last 2 to have a strong shot in the second half here, or life is going to get very difficult for the horses. I was going to say the NA team, but they're both NA. What is this? We're in EU right now. Why is it that NA always end up playing NA?
Why would you... You're right, they do have that horse look. Why are they drawing fish then? Why not, you know, horses?
Seahorses.
Get it together.
Seahorses, dude.
Oh, yeah. That is a good point.
Oh, man, that is a tough one for Elige.
He goes straight down and, I don't know. Some grenades still left on the T side. Fallen's just here waiting. Click the trigger, Fallen. You've got the right idea. He's gonna try and walk. Oh, he's waiting for it as it fades. Wait, oh, he must be disconnected. I've got it. I figured it out. Thanks, detective guys on Reddit. I'm not an idiot. I know.
Yeah. Fallen's timed out.
So it only took me a minute. It's like, look, I've fallen. What a genius.
Dude, well, I mean,
can't
to be
believe
fair,
he's inside of the smoke. Just
what a mad lad play that would have been.
what can we do?
That would have been insane. The thing is, though, is that Elige already died. Damage has already been done this round.
There's no. That's how those are rules, and they have been forever. There's nothing we can do about it. Let's see. Can they win it 3-on-5? If they win it now, it's going to be even more impressive. That is the upside. Stewie is smoked off. This is a very similar strategy, and they're just doing it again. Oh, and walking right on top. Ethan, that's a very good job. So, I mean, that would have been a good play, regardless of the unfortunate circumstances of the round. Tarek is out here trying to punish them. Brehze will follow it up. And I think they must know where Grim is. Why not? They have Molotovs. They're going to show up.
What is Fate doing for them, though? Seriously. After all of that, they set themselves up for success in this round. They try and get it, and then, yeah, no. Elige's going to get caught pushing mid. Aggro for the first time this half. He finally decides to get aggressive down there in mid. He gets bopped, and then Fallen DCs. It's like, actually, Liquid? No. You're going to evaporate right now. Evil Geniuses are the ones who are looking pretty solid right now in Inferno.
Best case scenario for that happening would have been that he DCs, but he reconnects back in just as the smoke fades, and it does look like it was the plan, and he just gets the kill.
God's here, and then he never admits it. He just says, yeah, I meant that all along.
Exactly right.
Just taking advantage of that smoke clearing.
Look at the fish in the background.
Okay, so
some of it that
vote best fish. But what are the differences with the fish?
I don't know, the one way at the bottom has.
Can we go back to the fish, please?
It has like gills basically at the end of the fish, which makes no sense at all, does it?
How would that work?
It's supposed to be up front, so.
You'd be getting food in those gills all day.
Yeah, I think that's an issue.
Indigestion. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a good angle on the fish.
I mean, number 2 from the top, I think that's got a lot of details. There's a lot going on there.
The thing is,
someone's put in effort.
You got to go with number 4.
Number 4.
There's just more effort on that fish, and he's a smiley.
No,
fish.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Yeah. Number 4. I think we're in agreement.
We're in agreement.
But there's another. What is the one there's like another one that's a giant whale, which is not a fish.
That's Fallen.
Yeah, so I think someone's confused. I mean, obviously the crucial difference here is, fish move their spine, horizontally, whereas whales, because they come from the land and went back to the sea, they have a spine that moves
vertically. Right.
So that's the big thing.
They also have something, that EG might have had in a few of these rounds. Flukes.
Exactly right. There we go. So
it's good. It's good.
So yeah, so one of the fish is disqualified for not even being a fish. So I think out of the 4 that were left, I think number 4 so far agreement.
So I had to go with that, man. It's a smiley fish. I know that number 3 had a smile too, but there's more effort put into number 4.
I agree.
Had some gills, had some fins, had like a top fin going and everything. I mean, come on, you can't fault that. You got to reward the extra effort.
Just from memory, I mean, I haven't spent a lot of time studying that fish, but it looked like it even had eyebrows, which, I mean...
Now we're getting a bit weird here.
There's definitely something, something there, but...
Listen, that fish.
I'm sure if you submit yes, it has eyebrows.
It does have eyebrows.
Okay, then.
Maybe that's Fallen's fish. Fallen's got eyebrows.
They all have eyebrows somehow. I don't... So far, your detective work is not really up to par.
Dude, I'm like that baseline entry level detective,
Detective Semler, the suspect has eyebrows.
The detective you find on Craigslist.
Arrest that guy. He's got eyebrows too.
Moses has got eyebrows too, and right now they're not looking very happy eyebrows. He's looking a bit serious, because Liquid. Despite everything going against them there in that last round, we're going into the 15th round. Economy is not pretty. Stewie can afford that AWP, but the rest of the team are going to be kind of scrabbling to put something together here. So,
yeah, and I think for the minute, the admins are just checking and making sure that everything is in order. Hopefully, it will be. Jason in the background having a drink of water. Stay hydrated, guys. It's important.
It's tough to say. I mean, Elige died. Damage was done already. Right. Yeah,
but I guess the big question is, did they call not live before that happened?
They're what, sorry?
That's, I think, that's the thing we're trying to figure out. If they did, then I guess that's kind of fair play. I mean... So
what they're doing right now is they're just checking to make sure that damage was done before the disconnect.
That is fair.
So fine, fair enough, right?
What should the next thing they draw on that board be in the future? What could they, you said seahorses. That's definitely...
The hybrids.
the hybrids, yeah.
I think that they should do more like mandalas and stuff like that. You know, like the Zen, just have that kind of like Zen meditation where Stewie just traces out a mandala as he pictures. You know, it all focuses on the headshot, right? That needs to happen each round.
Maybe we could ask one of them to draw like one of the map overlays from memory.
Oh,
Close your eyes. I mean, maybe don't close your eyes, but just do it from memory with like no references or anything like that.
who's got the best map?
Yeah, but pick a map that's not one of the rotation. Pick something like Office or something obscure, so that you know, make it a challenge.
I would own Office though, because that was back in Source and all that. I just played Office all day long, like the Office DM. Did you ever play Office DM a bunch?
I did actually at some point. Yeah,
So good. Yeah, it was always going Office DM.
but so one of the, I think it was in Source, wasn't it, when they had that zombie mod? And that was on Office, and that was brilliant. I don't know, are there any zombie mods in Counter-Strike? Does anyone know? Because that was a lot of fun.
I don't know. I didn't play zombie mods on that one.
That was
Although,
actually
you know,
brilliant.
some of the people I played against might have, could have been zombies, but
Bring it back. That's all I'm saying, because that was actually fun. Where's the Warcraft 3 mod for Counter-Strike? That was in 1.6, and everyone loved it. You could get life leeching bullets and stuff like that. You could get like orc grenades.
dude, true. You had so many different. I mean, like all the different maps as well.
Where are these things?
We
need
still
them.
have Surf.
I have yet to learn that. I need to sit down and learn it because it does look very peaceful when people do it. Yeah, I've never really like movement is not. I've put all of my skill points similar into shooting. Even that's not going so well.
Surf is such a good way to like warm up, because you can just instead of just doing DM, you just go for surf for a bit, put on some music, put on a podcast. Just
It does look beautiful.
Yeah, it's very zen.
I will admit it.
All about it.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, I mean these guys. Look at this, man. You can't get more relaxed than Liquid right now.
If Jason relaxes any further, he could be off to the hospital any minute now. It's careful with that. It's also disappointing that there isn't someone that will just like, push his feet when he's in that position. It's just inviting it, isn't it? Like just give him that last push.
I'm just liking how effective Liquid are as a team right now with their gear. He's got that wireless headset going. That's pro. Can walk around, doesn't need to worry about cables. That's comfort right there.
It is a game changer. I won't lie. It's pretty neat. They are all in Holland, are they, or Netherlands?
They're in Team Liquid's HQ. Actually, they've done a few tours of it. Really sick. If you go check out their YouTube, I think it was Moses actually who was doing the camera work, directing it. But dude, that facility is insane.
Yeah,
so cool.
They're down there hanging out. That's really neat. And
I mean, they're going to be spending a lot of time there. It's just
yes.
For the way things are shaping up in North America, it looks like the elite teams just need to spend time in Europe to compete in these leagues because everything is online. We're not having the LAN for a little while yet.
And then apparently those that get left behind just play Valorant instead. So we have to rescue people, like quarantine them from
RIP. Or should I say RIV? Is that it?
Something like that. If you are just joining us, we are just waiting for the admin team to figure something out. We want to make sure that there are no problems, that everything is treated fairly, and I appreciate that. The scoreline is 10-4 in favor of EG, so that's sort of we're at the end, just about the end of the first half, and it's been really great. It's been an amazing showing out of EG.
Oh, we're getting the cameras going as well.
Yeah.
Sick. Evil Geniuses have their camera. So this is the cam that was passed over to the coaches and the admins, or the managers, so that we get some of this the free cam.
Is he wearing a Liquid shirt though, or am I just maybe he's not?
No, that's that new. I'm not a big fan of it.
For a minute I thought he was, but no, I think it's fine. It's fine.
I think they need to come up with something. They need to rethink these jerseys. I think these are the old logos, aren't they?
I am not sure. I don't know. No, I don't know. I kind of like that. I think
so. We're still checking the demo, guys, to figure it out. Definitely don't want to make any mistakes. It's Fallen who DC'd.
Yeah. So, and fooling all of us in the meantime. That is the logo.
That is in fact the logo.
Not wrong, Zeus. You've got it on lockdown. Yeah, I like the fact that we have these cameras here. We can go around. Obviously, can't hear what they're saying, just in case it's super secret. But as soon as we get the game back on live, of course, we are going to find a way to end the first half. And then, obviously, second half and map 2 and 3, I hope, are also going to be coming up. I hope we'll go through maps, which second one is going to be Dust 2. Third is Mirage.
To me, this just looked like they rented an apartment, right?
That could well be.
Like, it looks like they just rented a big apartment right now, Evil Geniuses. Aren't they in Serbia? I'm pretty sure they're in Serbia right now. Where, well, I mean, most of the international players are over in Serbia. Because you can actually travel there. So, but these guys have been there since pretty much the New Year's, just getting that boot camp in nice and early. They're going to be here for, I think it was 52 days. They'll be participating in 4 tournaments in the period.
Yeah.
And Stanislaw has been very straight up right from the beginning. He's like, I love Stanislaw's attitude.
Yeah,
because for
I'm
him,
a
he's
big
like,
fan
yeah,
myself.
we may be underdogs, but we're aiming for trophies, and that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to hear from my in-game leader. That's what I want to hear from the guy who's supposed to be getting the job done. So
yeah, speaking of Stan and his attitude, he's had a couple of I think, great sort of displays of that in the past where they've suffered serious losses. I think actually the one that they suffered against Astralis during the Berlin major, where I think I picked them to beat Astralis in that, and many other people were on that boat because they just looked so fire coming through the group stage, and then they just got completely wiped out. And I think Stanislaw was straight on Twitter saying, "This is my responsibility, and like it's my fault. I'm not gonna throw this on anyone else, and like I'm just owning this." For me, that was a great moment. I thought, okay, that's if I'm thinking about his like longer term career and like what kind of possibilities that are out there, what a great mindset. I mean, if nothing else, that surely must inspire some trust and confidence from his teammates to say, all right, we've got a guy here who's actually some sort of a leader.
Well, that's it.
Awesome.
The lead role.
Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoy that. But he's doing the leadership, and just in terms of that, right? He's got 4 kills here at the end of the first half, and everyone else on EG right now. I mean, it's 14 for brehze, but then it's 10 and 11 for the rest. So he's just putting his entire brain into figuring out how to play well, and they have played well. They've had great calls. They've had really good rotations, I think, on that T side. So, if you're going to be sacrificing your own individual performances for that, so far that seems like it's definitely worth it. And yeah, I mean, more of that. Just keep it up.
It's what's possible. I mean, Stan, just in terms of individual performance, I mean, against Astralis, he was at the bottom with Tarek. Tarek is the only one who I'm a little bit concerned about on an individual level, and it's been brought up on the desk as well in terms of like what this guy is actually capable of. No shirt TV, banging heads left and right, all about the pug life. I mean, this guy is a monster, but we haven't really been seeing that kind of shape from him. It feels like he's had to kind of change his game in order to fit what Cirque and brehze, what these guys need in order to perform, and Tarek's the one who's taking the hits for the team. So on an individual level, hoping to see Tarek really step up again, because I'm a big fan of this guy. He's always had the right attitude. He's out there, he's hungry, and he wants to get it done. So,
well, I mean, that's an interesting calculation, though, because I think it's possible for this team, if they just have good leadership and I think good calling from Stanislaw, which I would put my money on that. I'd be happy to stick with him. If Ethan and Tarek are both just, sort of good riflers, they don't do much more than that, but they don't let you down when you need them in those situations. But then if Cirque and brehze are going to be the ones who are going to put on like many of the kills in some of these important games, I actually think that can work really well, because I think both Cirque and brehze have an incredible output, and then leave it up to Ethan and Tarek. I mean, both of them could obviously also have star level games or whatever, but yeah, I don't think firepower is really that big of a problem for EG at the moment. So I just don't want them dropping off the board, right? I just don't want them to disappear and not do anything for a long time. That is the part that's really painful if you get there. But
no, not with the talent that they've got on this team, and not with the backing that they have from an organization like Evil Geniuses. I mean, these guys have got money. If you're watching this and you're just waiting anyway, why don't you tweet at us or at the Blast Premier account or something, and maybe a fish that you yourself have drawn in the meantime? Because now we're just criticizing their artwork, but that's easy. It's easy to be a critic, That's
much
the
harder
easiest
to
thing.
create. So
it's the easiest thing, and that's why people tend to criticize.
yeah, you can pick that up just any random day. You just decide to be a critic, and there you go. But drawing fish could be real tricky.
I think so.
So do that in the meantime.
We are still reviewing the demo right now to figure out if Fallen had disconnected by the time Elige died. So we're still figuring that out, guys. Very curious. Elige does not seem concerned much at all.
No, he's really checked out. He's
thinking about the next fish that he's going to draw.
It could be.
Let's see if there's anything on the left wall over here. No, not quite. Not that I can tell. Are we getting busy? Okay. Are we getting back in business here? We're starting to see some movement.
It's hard to say, isn't it? I think they're just rolling around.
All right, Moses, that's it. I don't know. We're getting the game faces going. Let's see. What do we got?
Even Elige's setup. Yeah, it feels like
are
we're
we
moving
relaunching this or not? Are we going a new round or not?
It should be. I think we're not that far away at this point in time.
I'm very curious. Stewie just wrote "sorry boys" in the chat. Oh, and apparently they determined that Fallen died before anyone died.
Yeah, and
Or
you know
he
what?
lagged out or DC'd before.
Yeah, and apparently, as far as I can tell, I don't want to get ahead of myself. It looks like EG are just kind of saying, all right, not really contesting that. We'll find out. We'll get the final decision, of course, from the admin team before we say too much.
Players talking some smack. I like it. I appreciate that.
Who do you think? Because we've been seeing some highlight compilations of Jason shouting in the background, but who? I mean, I think Yanko, as you know, being behind was always a real joy for me. You can see like the passion for him. Zeus has always been there as someone who's, you know, also getting fired up.
Oh, yeah, dude. Zeus wears his heart on his sleeve. As far as coaches are concerned, the man on your screen right there.
Yeah.
He shows it all. It's so sick to watch. Like, you could have a Zeus cam at all times. I did like Tarek yesterday, though, getting behind the idea of an Apex compilation of the Apex faces. Because, I mean, dude, like, out of all the players, I think Apex shows the most. He's just so...
True.
He's so out there. He's so emotional. But we have just been informed that we are replaying the round. So, you know, we had it from the players. Now we've had it from the admins. We're replaying the round. Fallen DC'd before damage was dealt. And so we are going to go again.
All right. And, you know, props to to EG for not even, you know, making any fuss about it. I mean, not that, I mean, obviously the rules are the rules, but, you know, it seems like they were just immediately like, all right, cool. If that's how it works, then that's how it works, right?
How it works, and I think, I mean, you're not necessarily feeling too bad about it considering the scoreline. I mean, it's still 9-4 in your favor if you're Evil Geniuses. You're still coming out pretty far ahead in this first half. Even if it ends 9-6, you're going to be feeling good going into the next half. So it's all gravy from here on out if you're Evil Geniuses. It's Liquid right now who are just kind of scrabbling and desperately need every round they can get. So it's certainly Liquid who are going to be feeling good about getting a second chance at that 14th round.
Yeah, because before all this poor stuff was happening, right, we were saying, you know, something like 9-6 is really what they need Liquid badly to even stay in this. And, you know, that was taken away from them in that round, but let's hope that it's still in the play and they can actually get to those 6 rounds because they need it.
I'm very curious to see how Liquid fare on the T-side pistol, though, because like their T-side pistol, it's like their win rate is 54% on T-side, entries 43%, so that's pretty low on entries, but they've got a 63% win rate on pistols.
Yeah.
So, like, if they can get 9-6, and then odds favor them to get that pistol, then we could be cooking with gas. We could be in a position where Liquid could start actually making a comeback in this.
I wanna say that they are gonna throw a smoke towards what used to be Little Pit, but is now like, you know, to the left-hand side of Library. Yeah. On the arch side of A, because I just think out of all of the smokes that get thrown on Inferno, that has to be one of the most common ones. It just gets thrown in so many different strategies, and in pistol rounds, it's it's very important to have that, because if you wrap around quad or towards, yeah, exactly.
Talking right here.
Yeah. So if you wrap around quad or coming out of apartments, jumping into pit. The issue is that if anyone is down there towards the library with a USP, then they're going to have such a clean, beautiful shot at you, and you're going to have Glocks at range. So it's just such a common thing. But you can use it for, I don't know, just so many different things. Like, you can even use it even if you just throw it and run B. You can draw people back from that B bomb site. It's just such a useful smoke. But we'll see once we get there. For now, it looks like we finally have the resets. So thank you for bearing with us. Look forward to seeing your fish submissions later on. But now we're in the 14th round, and we're good to go.
And now it's curious to see what is going to be the play. Nades across the board here, and no aggression this time around from Liquid. Elige, he was kind of hanging around mid, but he decided to back off after chucking a nade, and that is going to be his involvement here. Fallen is still hanging around. But now we're going to get that delayed take on Banana, looking for any nades. Nope, no delayed nades coming in from Liquid towards Banana either. And so Evil Geniuses will get top Banana. They should know that they can walk up here, although Fallen has rotated over. So there is a difference, and Fallen, is he going to get more aggressive? Is he actually going to peek into this?
Really wants to, but again, even just the information would be super important. That's a nice flick, and Ethan, lucky to be alive, but just getting that info, look at what it gives them. Now Stewie and Naf are going to start to fall back, and they're going to leave Fallen here, basically saying we're going to count on the idea that the fact that we spotted you means you're going to be way more incentivized to go to the A-bomb side, and we'll be ready for it. So, and as long as Fallen is this far forward, I mean, he can spot if they're coming back and call in some backup. So I love this from Liquid. Just that tiny piece of information I think has just made their chances of winning this round way bigger.
And they have so little information to go off of Evil Geniuses because nobody's showing anything on Liquid.
Yeah, but they've at least pushed Fallen back.
They're just chilling, Liquid. They're going to be waiting over here again. Stewie, though, he's pushed up in mid, and this is actually the off angle here because he's supposed to be over on the B site. This might completely catch Evil Geniuses off guard if he decides to get in here, but it's Grim up on balcony to find the first shot. Tarek is down, and there's Grim holding his own.
I mean, as far as defense goes, he's even going to get a third one in there. They don't even get to the actual execute part of this because Grim just shuts them down. That is as very well done, and it's super important. The danger in that kind of an apartment's explosion when 3 or 4 people are coming out is once they start jumping out. Like once they're down on the low ground and they can fan out. But that is, once they're at the choke point like here, well, it's way easier to deal with.
Well, Liquid, they're going to be so happy about this because as you guys can see, there isn't enough money for a full buy on Evil Genius' side. It's a force buy here. So they have set themselves up for that 9-6 finish. And Lady Luck has favored them after all with how everything panned out.
Yeah, good news, I think, for, I mean, for most of us watching as well, because I think that makes it a little bit more of a competitive map here. And we love that on Inferno. 9-6, even if it ends up there, it's still a very, very good scoreline out of EG. And it might not be done yet. Stewie goes down early on in the round to Ethan.
And now they've set up shop in pretty safe positions here on Banana, so Ethan can just chill out. He's done a very good job of opening it up, and this has forced the rotation out of Fallen as well. And curious to see if they just elect to go for the same strategy again. Just leave Fallen alone.
Why not? Well, spots that. Gonna send a grenade his way. It does almost kill him. Real close. Under a minute now. Grim and Elige are over on the A side. So they have gone for this 2-2 type setup, which, you know, normally I don't know if I'm a huge fan of it, but I guess when you have the rifle advantage too, it could make sense. Fallen, that scoping, I mean, he will have heard that, Ethan. Fallen going to be running straight back, and I wonder if Ethan will call it in if they're going to rotate back. It depends on how much you trust those footsteps, because that can also be faked.
I'm also so surprised that they aren't going to just bum rush the place they hear the op. I mean, with pistols, Tech 9s, you know, just run the op. But, oh, they're going to go for the split. They're going to go through arch. This is big. But Fallen is there with a collat through the smoke. He's got 3 kills through the smoke.
Absolutely ridiculous. Ethan is still low from that earlier grenade, so yeah, they're going to send him flying through the air and Fallen. Oh, he hits those shots every single day. Almost getting it here. He's working on the ace, and that's how they finish the half. Yeah, fist bumps all around. What a beautiful way to end it. That's it, 9-6 in favor of EG. Still a really powerful first half for them, but we'll see if they can follow it through in the second half. It's coming up after the break.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for another episode of the CS Money Dream Skins. And we're going to talk M4 A-Force today with nobody other than Complexity's config. How does that make you feel, dude? Are you happy to be talking M4s with me?
Bro, I suck with M4 compared to AK, but I'm ready to talk no matter what.
Do you think skins play a factor when it comes to performance?
100%. You can't play good without any skins.
I know a little while ago you were playing, I think it was the Daybreak.
Yeah, that was nice. That was really clean. But it didn't have stat track, so I was like, I need a stat track gun.
That's good to know. I'm going to pick your brain a little bit about what you like, what you don't like. What kind of skins are you not a fan of?
Not a fan of like pink skins. I really like dark skins and blue skins.
3 options. The first one that I'm gonna offer you, I'm bringing the Emperor your way because of the blue. I mean, I think this skin has incredible blue works, right? You've got the dark royal blues, the muted blues, but then at the ends of the magazine, at the ends of the handle, you're also kind of working with the brighter teals. You know, it is flashy. It's kind of in your face.
I think it's really nice. It looks really, really clean. I really like all the works on it.
One of the other options I want to throw your way, dude, is it's new. It's added with the current operation, the cybersecurity. Now listen, you said you don't like pink, and I think this is why it's a hard sell to you. But it does still have a little bit of the elements of the blue in it. And I think what's really cool about this skin is it's got these muted blacks. What do you like and dislike about this one?
The metal things, like as you said, like the black spots where it's like super dark, where it looks like a default skin. They made like a dark skin with the same metals on it, and without all the yellow and red thing, I would buy that one as well. It would probably kick off the first place.
More blue and black. Okay, well this next one, tell me what you think about the third option, Desolate Space. Obviously it's got the light blues all the way back here in the stock, and I think this is one of the cool parts about the skin that goes unrated. What do you think of the Desolate Space? Where do you rank this in the 3?
It would be a third place, because I looked at the skin before and I didn't really like it. it because I feel like it's so much in your face, and when you have your gun out, it kind of like takes the focus away from your crosshair a little bit.
So of the 3 skins I've shown you, which one are you gonna pick today?
Today I'm picking the Emperor.
Now let's talk stickers, man. If you had a Berlin sticker config, I would suggest maybe you'd throw one back here on this last spot.
Damn. Oh, I wish I qualified
It works,
for,
right?
for the Berlin major. Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah. You know, if I remembered that you hadn't, I maybe would have not shown this to you. I didn't mean to rub it in your face, config. I hope you can forgive me, bro. Okay, how about this instead? Now this is meta, but what do you think about this brain sticker?
Oh my god, that actually looks insane.
Do you want it with or without the big brain?
Let's keep it with the big brain.
Thank you for joining me on an episode of CS Money Dream Skins.
I'll come here any day, Scrawny. I'm here. I'm at your service, bro. Don't worry.
And we are back once again. A little bit of an exciting replay here, and Fallen ended the half with an ace. It's quite a good job at the end of the day. You've got to appreciate that.
Well, they've had 2 key rounds where the majority of the kills happen through smoke. Liquid.
Yeah.
Remember? Beginning of the half, the B defense, spraying through smoke, getting all the shots. And here, yeah, Moses just, you know, shaking his head. Like, what can you do? You're just opping people through smoke and getting collaterals.
He looked like Moses was thinking, man, I've seen you do this so many times against, you know, other teams, and now you're on my side. It feels kind of good.
Feels good.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's see. I was predicting some sort of a smoke towards Little Pit when they were on the T side pistol here, Liquid, because I've just seen them do that many times. So we'll see if it's going to be true or not. Well, and what they built behind it. The beauty of that smoke is you could do a bunch of different things with it. So welcome back if you are just joining us. We've got a bit of a fish-themed match coming up here. Fish on the wall. There are fishes in the fountains over at the B-bomb. Half the map is about blowing up the fish after all. They're goldfish, Samuel. You crash the economy, you kill enough of them.
Kill enough of the goldfish, and that's it. You know, it all falls apart for this small Italian village.
That's how it works. A single flashbang on Stanislaw. So if they go for a B hit, he can just, you know, run right back and throw it in, and hopefully Ethan and Tarek could do something. Otherwise, he can actually toss it over into the A side and help Cirque and Brehze. That's probably why he's in the middle with it at the moment. So let's see where it goes. It's going to be a wrap around Arch, and no amount of flashbangs will help Stanislaw. They're all coming for him. There was that smoke at the Little Pit, and they use it to run this way instead. And Cirque and Brehze, they're so confused that they don't know if anyone is still coming here. Now they're going to have confirmation. Nice long-range shot from Ethan, but they need a lot more. The rest of the T side is going to be showing up for this B-bomb side. Brehze and Cirque are running through Banana right now, but Tarek, beautiful headshots, and he's nearly got that long range as well. But they're holding on to this so well. 16 seconds, Grim turning around. I can't believe they're trying to bring it back, and they're succeeding as well. Absolutely unreal. That looked like it should have been EG's round. Some great shots out of Tarek, but Grim just making up for it.
SMH, man. Let's see this here. This is Tarek just doing everything. And this was Ethan selling himself, too. He put himself out there. He was drawing attention to himself, all to set Tarek up for success. And then Brehze and Cirque just, they fluff it, man. That is painful. That is a painful pistol loss for Evil Geniuses. I really feel like they could have had that one. And so now, while Liquid, they get that 7-8, we're just going to go ahead and keep pumping those T-side pistol numbers up for Liquid. So they get the pistol, and now we get to see what they're capable of here. Can they extend that advantage? Oh, nice shot, Brehze. There we go. A little bit of a one-tap, and there's the man advantage for Evil Geniuses.
Yeah. And Elige, I mean, poor soul. He was just trying to be a romantic, like climbing up the balcony, you know.
Okay. Well, you know what happened to Romeo in the end, right?
True. But this was worse in many ways. Just...
Or, you know, this was merciful. You know, you didn't have to suffer first. Broken heart, all that. No. Just put him out of his misery immediately.
I won't lie, Sam. Like, if you try and do a modern-day reconstruction of Romeo and Juliet where it's Deagles instead of poison or whatever, I don't think it's going to work.
Well, I honestly wonder how good it would be, you know, Romeo and Juliet in Texas.
Something's building. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. Brehze and Naf about to have a bit of a standoff over here. If you could do it again, Brehze, that just might be enough. That Molotov, oh, could that work? Can it actually spread down from the roof? I'm actually so interested in that. Stanislaw back here. Don't know if he could do anything more than what he already did. So that's just a nice follow-through, even if it got a little bit dicey and it's a 3-on-3. I think Liquid should be fine here. They should have just the the time to push them away and make sure that they're never going to get that defuse. But I don't really mind EG hanging around to look for more kills if that's what they want.
Well, they got a fresh smoke going down, and that actually partially covers the bomb. So let's see what they can do with that. Unfortunately for them, 2 players are waiting in pit, so they'll have an angle to work with Liquid. Oh, Grim at risk, though. Barely makes it down in time. He's going to get that spray. He's going to get spotted, and this is all over the place, Anders.
Yeah, I mean, they're really losing a fair few rifles in this round, Liquid. They're going to win it either way, but I still think this is not so bad. Trying to take some of the AKs away. I don't know if there's any to be picked up. Naf and Fallen here after the fact. They're running towards the... they're going to get one. So Khalil and AK get saved. I think Liquid are fine right now. Think about how far behind they were in this game, and they're about to be tied up at 9-9 here unless EG could do something really mad in this upcoming round.
And this is going to be just another round of eco here from Evil Geniuses. So the real game is going to start in the next round when Liquid should be tying it up 9-9. And what I want to see from Liquid are whether or not they can make up for the lower percentage of entry frags that they get off of T-side Inferno, because they're not as efficient on T-side at creating space, but they still win more rounds on T-side, which means like they're not winning duels, but they're getting good executes onto sites and locking it down from there. So I'm very curious to see how Evil Geniuses choose to adapt to that. Tarek going to go for the peek and banana. And this is pure Tarek. This is his style. He likes to get in there. He likes to get cheeky with some shots.
And he's got Stanislaw behind him with a flashbang again. So, I mean, timing is everything.
Yeah, the style when it comes to defense, when it comes to CT side between Liquid and Evil Geniuses, Liquid, they play very passive. They like to hold on to nades. Evil Geniuses, they like to just yeet nades down there and just get in your face. They're all about aggression on CT side. They love to peek. They love to make plays. So once again, coming back to that like yin-yang kind of theme we had going into this one in terms of stylistic. They're 2 very different teams.
Molotov not quite spreading. Yeah, I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. I mean, I'm sure Liquid also have a pretty good idea about how Liquid are going to be playing the defense, so it should be interesting. But so far, so good for Liquid. Winning the first 3 rounds in the second half, and also closing winning the 3 rounds in the first half. So right now, 6 in a row. It's looking pretty decent. They're back to a 9-9 scoreline, and first real test here, I guess, for both teams. This is a very open game. There's absolutely nothing's been decided yet on this first map.
No, it's anybody's game now. But here we go. Big buy round, Anders. This is it. And Liquid going to hold on to those MAC-10s. Okay, then. So they're probably just going to try and feed those MAC-10s in first, draw attention, draw utility, get information, and then play off of the rifles behind him. Whereas now we've got Cirque with that AWP. And Cirque, where is he going to go from it? It's looking like he's just going to post up. Similar style to Fallen with the op. Post up on short and hope that there was going to be some aggression mid early. Didn't quite happen, though.
Yeah, but at least nobody went down just yet. Ethan is checking out Banana, and this is the level of information that we were talking about when Liquid were on the CT side that they didn't have, but EG do, and that's why they have Tarek so close by. Cirque, great double kill, nearly getting the flick, but again, there is more defense inside. Stanislaw is standing very much still at the moment, but he is moving and not disconnected. Gonna go straight for the bomb, and he stops it from going down, leaving Elige in the pit in a 1 versus 3. That is really cool, and Stanislaw coming up with a double kill. He's gonna say, looked for a second like he actually was sacrificing Cirque, but if that's the result, I say sacrifice away.
Dude, he got 2 kills with the Cirque. Cirque got 2 kills with that op, and he nearly picked up a 3rd. And I think, yep, we're going to get that perspective.
Oh,
sick.
That's well done.
And he gets that info. That's so well played here from Cirque. And we want to keep an eye on Cirque in terms of this match. I mean, he is one of the heavy hitters on Evil Geniuses. And I mean, man, he top fragged against Astralis. So I mean, the thing is like Cirque knows that he's got it. He's got that star power in him, and he can perform against the best. We should see him doing damage here against Liquid, and there you go. Some of that aggression. Top Banana takes the peak, gets the kill, and now life gets very difficult for Liquid.
Yeah, full commitment as well. Inside of the Molotov, did have a friend put it out, but only after he'd taken a fair bit of damage. But I think that is probably still worth it. So, and look at Brehze. He's peeking into the A apartments over on that side of the map. It was a second ago. And again, those are just the tiny things that we didn't see that much out of Liquid. So they all matter in the end. Of course, eventually, that information is going to be decayed in a sense, and you'll have to go rediscover what's going on. And look at how they're set up here, Stanislaw and Brehze. That might actually be worth just checking out because of I think one of them is playing. Oh, for a second ago, one of them was playing anti-flash, so one was turned around, the other one was looking. That could be fun to see. Also, if you come out of the apps here, you're probably not going to be expecting 2 people. You'll run into brehze first, and then will you really check for Stanislaw? Probably not. And actually, we might get a full test of this.
Yeah,
this
we
could
will.
be really fun. I still would find it even more interesting if Stanislaw was playing anti-flash, but right now he's looking over towards Arch.
Oh, are they gonna sniff A? Because Elige was close enough to hear brehze drop down. So he's gonna think that there's nobody on balcony. But Stanislaw, if he stays on balcony, he could annihilate these guys.
Yeah,
Elige has no reason to think that somebody's up here right now.
You're absolutely right. 20 seconds. He's looking right over the smoke. That will give it away, though. Let's see. I'm not going to get a second kill. Elige, though, he's a little bit delayed. We're still going to jump up and pick up the kill on brehze. That's really well done. Hard to do when you're jumping with that AK. Now they got the bomb down. 3 on 3 for the afterplant here. There are no smokes, no Molotovs. It's a very hard retake here. Even if it's on the A side, I kind of understand it if EG say, let's not do this.
Save the guns, save the money. Ethan is just kind of wishing that he could find a rifle somewhere, but unfortunately the death's not really in convenient spots.
Man, that could have worked out so many different ways. But I guess just to follow up on your idea, because I think you're definitely right, it would have been very tempting for Elige to just look straight pit and not for the balcony. But obviously, one of the differences there is the fact that Stanislaw is put into the fight over the Arch, so he has to give up his position just, to take that fight.
But it's also just the guys running up long, right? They're wrapping onto sight. They're not expecting anybody to see over those smokes. They're not looking balcony because they think balcony's clear. So the fact that Stan is able to pick up a kill there, that's fantastic. It's brehze, unfortunately, not killing Elige. This throws a wrench in everything. That's a huge kill for Elige to get.
Yeah.
Because if brehze stays alive in the pit, now you've got a sandwich. You've got a crunch onto the A site for the retake. Instead, 3 guys just coming over from the B site, not happening. So we're tied up 10-10, Anders. This is crazy how things have shifted. Already, Evil Geniuses, now they finally, they have themselves on double digits, which they would have had it not been for that snafu with the disconnect on Fallen.
True. Yes, I mean, again, it's just such a close game right here. A classic Inferno type matchup. We do love it. And top of the board, all of a sudden, somewhat silently, is actually Grim. 18 and 14. He's quite a bit ahead of everyone else. The closest is brehze and Tarek both at 14 too. So, I don't know. I think Grim has been playing well, but I didn't realize that he was actually that far up. So, that's pretty cool. Grenades right into the corner. I can't believe that Tarek doesn't actually just die from that. That was a Molotov HE on top, but he put out the smoke with the smoke immediately. And they get the kill on Stewie. Tarek is still here and still somehow alive. He might go down, but he's going to take someone with him. That is very well done.
There's Grim at least, yeah. This is actually finally working out here for Liquid at least. They managed to get and clear top banana. This was from Liquid. This was designed to just get past Evil Genius's early nades and banana. They wanted to push up as fast as possible because Evil Geniuses at the very beginning, they tend to bombard bottom banana. At least that's what we saw against Astralis. And so this could be Liquid's like, all right, if they throw all the HEs at the bottom, we're going to be catching them with their pants down.
Look at brehze. This really is a big difference from how Liquid were mainly playing this. Because even before he went on this rogue mission to try and flank the entire Liquid side, he was just up in apartments and he was still looking down second mid and getting some information. Smokers here, Ethan and Stanislaw are on the other side. Now, they don't really have any grenades, so going to be hard for them to buy too much time, and brehze is just waiting for timing. You could see how paranoid they are, Liquid. They know they don't have any map control over on this side, so they rightfully think someone could be right behind us, and, well, just because you're paranoid, Semler, doesn't mean someone's not out to get you.
No doubt about it. Oh, the flank. Come on, let's see it.
Oh, he's making noise. He's making a bit of noise. He's still going to win the fight, but that's actually very, very dangerous. If they would have turned around and straight shut him down, I don't think they would have run for the A-bomb side, but I mean, it does suddenly give them, I think, some momentum to get into the side itself. Still, great play for EG. And I mean, Tarek here, it's just the amount of time that he stays alive.
Dude. I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but Ethan holding that angle like that makes me think they were ready for Team Liquid to try and punish early. It's like this was bait on bait. Like, okay, we're going to throw some nades, but we're going to be ready for you. We're going to suck you right into this, and it worked for him. I might be getting ahead of myself, but that's the feel. That's the feel I'm getting watching that positioning there from Ethan. He is a monster. But now, that's Evil Genius is taking the lead now on the CT side, and that's them sending Liquid back to the Stone Age in terms of economy. There's going to be a hero AK here, the Soviet AK on Elige, but the rest of them are rocket pistols.
Yeah, Elige. He's got that AK. I don't know if he wanted to give it a Grim now that he's been naded down to 49. And a single Tech 9. Seeing those pop up every once in a while. Kind of wish that they were, I don't know, had more success.
Do you, Anders? Do you not remember the days of Olaf?
I do.
Do you really want to go back to that?
But I think I've got that, like, the nostalgia glasses on. I'm like, yeah, but wasn't that fun? You know.
The glasses, yeah, for sure.
Oh, line up. I can't believe it. Even with just a one AK-47, you would have assumed that that would have been way more successful, but somehow Terry gets the full-on spray quad kill in the middle of it. That's impressive.
That's why you have the A4 and not the A1S or the AK.
You know what? Yeah.
Get that rate of fire in there, buddies.
That's wild. Is anyone using the I think is one guy from Furious still using the A1S? The population as like they're an endangered species at this point in time, you know.
I can't off the top of my head think of a single A1S user apart from myself. But you know, I suck, so like whatever. It doesn't you know, it's like I'm not playing in this position.
Ooh!
Nice shot. Cirque opening it up. I just like the pew pew. Yeah, Anders, that's it. You know, maybe sometimes the A4 would be better for me, but
just role playing. That's okay. Well, listen, if you are using the, you know, the inferior rifle, maybe it could be like a, you know, a preemptive excuse. Like I would have got many more. Valve haven't made it good enough. What am I meant to do? You know.
Ooh, I needed. Well, let's see. Delayed flash up to top mid here from Liquid. And this is playing off of Evil Geniuses, but there's all sorts of nade games going on here. We're later into the round, but Evil Geniuses do tend to smoke top mid.
Well, speaking of nades, EG don't really have that many left. So 55 seconds, they have a smoke and a Molotov and some flashbangs. And Liquid, I mean, because it's about a minute when they realize they're going to count. And eventually someone is going to start to say, wait a minute, there have been really not many grenades in the last 10 seconds. What's going on? Why aren't they smoking the normal positions? Because normally there would have been some kind of a smoke probably landing here at either bottom or top banana. Ethan, he's actually going to go straight for the fight, and he does get at least a kill. That was flashed in, so they know that there's someone else on the bomb site, and it's Tarek. He did a great job spraying down 4 people in the last round. He's going to have to try and do something similar here. Gets the one, and very nearly the follow-up. 20 seconds fallen. He's going to try and go for it. Molotov. I don't know if it went through or if it got extinguished, but bomb will go down. I don't know if Naf and Fallen can do this. It's a very, very hard round for them to win right now.
The one thing they have going for him is the lack of utility on Evil Geniuses, so Evil Geniuses are going to have to do this the hard way. And Naf, he's been hitting shots all game long. He is definitely the threat here, and he's in a position to succeed. Checks that angle, and there's the headshot on Stanislaw to kick things off. Looking for another one here. Cirque has to come around that corner. He found a nade somewhere, but it's completely ineffective. Naf is going to lock this down on his own, Anders.
I don't even understand the flashbang or the peak. I'm so confused about this retake coming in from EG. Very, very strange. Fallen will get the final shot in, and Liquid will win a round that was not looking very promising at all, but that's a good job. I really want to see the flashbang from was it Cirque over at the construction position again? I wonder if he improvised. Like, I wonder if he threw it into the wall and it had to bounce back and it just didn't go far enough.
Oh.
So this is the one. I don't know if we have the follow-up, but...
Well, Stan is just going like, dude, why didn't you just trade right immediately? As soon as I take a bullet, Cirque was there.
Yeah, that was the other option, right?
Are we getting cold feet on Evil Genius's side at the 11th hour? Where you start hesitating instead of trading the way you're supposed to? You're kind of like, you're feeding your teammates in there and you're not willing to take the risk? We've seen it sometimes. And Evil Geniuses, man, sometimes you watch them and you feel like they're their own worst enemy. They just start getting in their own heads and start second-guessing themselves, and it just all goes south.
I mean, that whole letting the pressure get to you thing, that should be one of the things in the age of online Counter-Strike that, you know, should be harder, especially you're all sat in a room. Just, like, the pressure should be less. I feel like...
a painful one.
It's very painful. We'll see if they can make up for it. They've bought into this round, and as you can tell, it's not really the most impressive buy. Now, they do have that AWP on Cirque. Brehze is running down the middle with an M4, and they don't have that many rifles, so if you throw this one away, it's going to be a problem. But Brehze, that's a nice shot. Instantly taking down elige, and he nearly takes Naf. I'm not sure about the running back like that into the middle. Cirque actually had some flashbangs. I bet they could have coordinated that retreat a lot better. You've got you've got to find a way out.
I don't know. Was he expecting help from Banana? They were playing super aggressive in Banana as well.
Yeah.
He's really pushing down. So I mean, did the full crunch get called off? Because that just looked a little out of whack. Like, cool, you made the play. Now what? And well, now Ethan delayed. Ooh, that HE though. Grim and Stewie just got chunked.
Yeah, that's not that much fun.
But still, I mean, it's looking like nervous CS on both sides.
Which could be.
You know, I mean, considering there's not only are these guys deep into the tournament now, this is lower bracket elimination match, but it's also NA Pride. So, I mean, whoever wins this, that's it. It's a best of 3, and you're going to be the top dog.
Oh, here's something interesting. If they actually win this fight over here at the A-bomb side, the retake's going to be almost impossible for EG because they don't have any grenades or anything. Well, those are the kills they need. So here's the problem. 3 smokes and an HE. They're not even going to go for it, but even if they wanted to, I mean, this position is going to be smoked off for the next hour, but just to keep throwing them in there. So 12-12, it's going to be all tied up. Liquid winning around that, again, was not looking that promising, but they find a way out.
We need to see that grit that Evil Geniuses showed us against Astralis right now, Anders. That's what we need to see them come alive. They went 16-14. Loss against... they won. My mistake. They won that first map against Astralis, 16-14 on this map. And so it's like they've shown that they can go toe-to-toe with the best. They need to dig deep and find that again here versus Liquid. And we need to stop seeing that kind of reaction there from Stan. He needs to just get focused in and call that info quick when it goes against him. And maybe we saw that replay there. We actually saw that replay the last round where Cirque, we were wondering about Cirque going for the repeak. Maybe Stan, not communicating the information fast enough for Cirque to go for the trade. That's what cost it. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's the finest of margins here between these two teams right now. That's what we can say.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, on the upside, they got to save the AWP and the M4. So I think if you could put them in perfect positions at the beginning here, run boost Cirque into the middle for a kill, just do something mad like that, maybe it could work out. He's not going to get run boosted, but he's going to be peeking there. But otherwise, the secondary objective, I think, for this round, if you're on the EG side, is make sure you don't lose those 2 rifles, because there's still a lot to fight for here, even in the 25th round. It's definitely not done yet. Ethan is going to get flashed in, and he nearly gets a kill. He's been very good at getting these banana fights, I feel like.
Yeah, they're throwing them in at weird timings. Minute 25 like that.
Yeah.
It's a little off. You'd maybe be expecting some HEs. You'd maybe be expecting a little bit of play there, but instead it's at that flash peak. And it doesn't quite pan out, but at least they figure out where one of those rifles is playing from. We still have Cirque with the AWP over in mid posted up, and he doesn't hit the shot. Does get around the corner, though, in the nick of time, and Elige gets flashed, not able to follow it up. Cirque gets out of dodge, and now we're going for the full-on gamble here from Evil Geniuses. They've rotated hard over to this A site. And let's see, do Liquid read too much into this, and do they commit, or are they going to actually commit to the B one? It looks like they're going B.
It's slightly upsetting. I think both Ethan and Cirque could have had a kill each to open this with. So there's no reason Cirque couldn't get that AWP shot. And Ethan, I mean, you can see how close to death Stewie is. So, yeah. But
No,
they're going to be saving
upsetting, Anders. Like, really upsetting, at least personally, right now, is if Tarek is top fragging for Evil Geniuses with 21 kills, one of the better performances we've seen from him all tournament long.
Yeah.
And his team don't win. It's like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. Because he was, I mean, we were talking a little bit about this. The desk touched on it. We were talking about it coming into the match where, like, Tarek, he's got that fragging potential, but he's been taking it in the teeth a bit, perhaps because his team needs him to do that, needs him to take the tough spots, or just, that he's not quite feeling it. He's been sitting at the bottom of the scoreboard for Evil Geniuses, and right now he's sitting at the top of it. So you want to see Evil Geniuses do well if that's the case. Come on. Like, it's going to be Cirque. It's going to be brehze. We need to see these guys start lining them up here and backing Tarek up in these fights.
Yeah, you're definitely right. I mean, again, I think we've all seen at this point just what the top level for him individually is. So we need the consistency, I think, really. So getting a game out of him, yeah, definitely you would want at least for them to pick up the map here. Although they are a round behind at the moment, 13-12. And I think more than anything, it is that economy that's really messing with them right now. So even in this round, right, they saved both the rifles. That's great news. They get to buy in everyone else here, but I think they are probably going to be lacking a couple of grenades at the very least. And that all matters on this map. It's hugely important. Timeout's been called for, and we'll see what they come up with.
I think that the Liquid win with the Jersey game, though.
Yeah, they've got that going on.
Yeah, these jerseys are fresh. These look good. Better than the EG jerseys. I hate to say it though, because EG sent me a Tarek jersey. They were super cool. At the end of last blast, I think they sent me over a Tarek jersey, which was super cool.
Perfect. Well, now that you're, talking up Liquid's game, maybe they'll send you. I'm on to Semler.
This is how it works, right? I'm pretty sure this is how it works.
Playing out. Utility damage for Stewie, 313. Look at everyone else.
That's obscene.
Okay, then.
That's obscene.
Now, here we go. 26th round. Stewie, he's going to be leading the charge onto Banana, running, just trying to turn for the flashbangs. And so far, he's run into 0 grenades. Up here, he's trying to sneak through. Oh, this could work very well. A little bit of a Molotov to catch Ethan, and he is so lucky to be alive. That was a very cool idea.
Yeah. It's a cool idea, and to be fair, he played it exactly. He played it. You expect somebody, if they're going to be up there aggressive, you expect them to be behind sandbags.
Yeah.
So you're thinking, oh, why isn't he checking CT? It's like he needs to clear sandbags first because odds are that's where the CT player is going to be. So just doesn't quite line up on the timing, but that was really cool. And Evil Geniuses now, they're going to be worried over here towards B. This is going to make them have to play a bit safer. And look at the utility now for Evil Geniuses. Light by favoring the rifles, but in terms of utility now, they're broke.
Stanislaw Breeze, they're inside of the bomb site here, but again, normally, if you sense that there's some sort of a quad wrap coming to the A bomb site, you want Molotovs to slow them down. You want to be able to smoke off the apartment so that they can't easily get in. They just have none of that. And it looks like Liquid are going to be going back towards the B bomb site. So Ethan already tagged up. A couple of Molotovs. I mean, if they throw one towards Ethan in this dark corner and they're obviously going to be smoking off Tarek, then it could get real interesting. There's the smoke for Tarek's position and one for Coffins as well. Not sure about the Molotovs yet. No, they're not going to be landing that deep. Still, it means they can pretty much focus on the back of the bomb site and not necessarily check out the oranges and new box back there. Ethan, though, good kill. Tarek trying to come through to help out, and I mean, he sort of almost had to. 10 seconds left. Sirk, if he could somehow stop the bomb through the smoke, but not going to be allowed. And Elige is actually already hunting him on the other side. So very smooth, very clean out of Liquid. I think, again, the lack of grenades here for EG is a massive problem.
It's the gamble, isn't it? If you're going to favor the rifles over the nades and you're light on the nades, well, then you have to hit all your shots with the rifles, right?
Yeah.
You gotta just annihilate when you get the chance. And unfortunately for Evil Geniuses, this time it does not pan out for them. Liquid are going to get up onto 14 rounds on this T side. And Liquid have got money, so it's going to be the full buy coming in from them, whereas Evil Geniuses, again, are not going to be able to get this nade game going. And that has got to be insanely frustrating for them. Sirk is going to find Fallen, and that's a nice little shot there. He will survive that bomb going off. But, Evil Geniuses, like, if you look at the tape of them going up against Astralis, it revolves around heavy nade game, heavy nade pressure, throwing it all in early on, just really pummeling, trying to get that damage in. And it doesn't feel like on this CT side we've been able to see Evil Geniuses really get that rolling. It always feels like they're kind of, they don't quite have all of the firepower that they need. They don't quite have all the nades. And that's really hurting their CT side.
It badly is, and I think it's partly because of the distribution of rounds, let's say, at this point. Because Liquid have only won 4 in a row, so the round loss bonus for EG is not even, I mean, it's now, it's up there.
It's starting to get there, yeah.
But before then, they were they weren't having a huge streak, so they never built a huge amount of money. And as a result, it's been just a little bit all over the place in terms of the grenades, so we'll see. They got to save the M4 and the AWP in that last round, and that in itself could be very, very important. But I think, I don't know, the rope is starting to run out for them here.
Dude, it's just feeling like Liquid are better prepared right now.
Yeah, on this T side, it's really been fun to see Liquid. I mean, they're so just comfortable getting an early kill or even just putting some pressure on and then just finding a way. Slowly, they're not rushing into anything.
Oh, they're the HG bombardment. It's just a little bit too late. Whoo, man, they are quick to get out of there. That is so lucky for Liquid. They just made that adjustment. They realized what was coming. And what a shame that they don't get more value out of those nades, their Evil Geniuses. They finally have all the nades, Anders, and they aren't able to get the full value out of them. That's unfortunate.
Well, they have one smoke left at 1 minute and 17 seconds. I don't even know what to really make of that. Surely, am I just hallucinating? Did they not have all of them at the beginning?
They did. This is very Evil Geniuses, though, dude. Like Liquid, they hold on to their nades late into rounds, even CT side. EG just huck nades. They get it out there.
I don't mind if they throw most of the other grenades, like throw the HEs you want, but the smokes, you just have to hold on to some of them here. All right, crossfire towards the middle. There are 3 people here. Ethan is actually starting to fall back a little bit. Cirque is going to be Molotov back. And again, the problem is he's probably going to get flashed as well around the corner. They're just going to keep going. And eventually try and wrap on the line. The defense here is very strong. 4 people have shown up. Only 30 seconds. Liquid might be in a little bit of trouble here. Some pretty good trading, and it keeps going. Fallen to take down brehze inside of the bomb site. Cirque, but are they falling back? Yes, they will. They try and go and fight Tarik. He's out here on Banana, and he gets trucked, and they can make it there in time. If Grim goes down, it's a lot of trouble. It's a 2-on-2 where they're not going to be close to a bomb site, but this was just fine. Cirque, I mean, yeah, he could show up, but I don't think it's worth it. Saving the orb is still going to be a better choice. Wow, that's rough.
Grim, the man from Triumph, stepping up into the tier 1 scene back in August from, I mean, and for him to hit a shot like that, that's everything. You just nailed it, Anders. If he gets overrun, that's it. It's going to be so difficult for Liquid, but under pressure, he wins the duel. He wins the duel versus Tarik. That is so monster. And well, now, yeah, Liquid are going to be up on map point, and this is it. And they are out and hunting Cirque. They've got money. They've got everything they need Liquid. They don't care about losing rifles. They want to get this AWP off of Cirque. And they've got him.
Wow.
Wow. What a shot from Grim.
Yeah, quite a step up from him, you're right, from the sort of lower levels of NA Counter-Strike.
NA is brutal, man. It's like, it's like you're going from, tier 2, tier 3 NA, where it's very puggy, very scrimmy, and then, oh, here, now you're going to go up again. You're going to travel to Europe and play against the very best, and they're probably leagues ahead of you right now, and you got to catch up. That's no easy task.
But he's done a very fine job. 15-12. I'm seeing Jason jumping in the background. I think he was airborne for a second there.
Jumping for joy.
Yeah. Well, I can't really blame him. This has been a very tough game for all involved, I would say. And it's only map 1. We still have Dust 2 coming up, which I think is also going to be quite exciting. But let's see, EG. 3 rounds in a row. It sounds very doable. It can absolutely be done. And what would be even better is if they could just win one of these rounds here, then they could, probably pick up some rifles, and they can finally have some of the grenades and just hold on to them. They're starting this round with 5 smokes, so I just want you at home to look at that timer in the middle. If they have thrown all of the smokes again in the next 20 seconds or 30 seconds, it's going to be, I'm going to be mad.
You're going to be mad? All right. I want to see it. This is definitely a change of pace here coming in from Evil Geniuses this round.
And for Liquid, so this is another thing though. Right now, at least, EG aren't being pressured to throw the smokes. They're not in some sort of battle already at top banana or bottom banana, so that they can hold on to them a bit longer, and that's probably good news. Cirque is running over here with the orb. He's got no more smokes, but we'll see. 3 people. They're going to start to make their way out. Ethan is going to flash them in as soon as the Molotov is gone. I'm sure they're thinking about it right here. Cirque moving into position. Oh, the timing is ridiculous. He's got some teammates here, but is it enough? They actually don't even turn the corner. I swear it looked like Stewie was turned for Ethan's flashbang in there. That's really interesting. Regardless, it's a good kill. Now, Elige is sneaking through this. This is just a play from him. He's just being a playmaker right now. If he catches Cirque, that is going to be genius.
Oh, this is so painful. Because he's got the angle as well. So Cirque is going to peek in, and he's a dead man. He's going to have every disadvantage there as he goes for that angle. Now it's brehze. He's got to come up with the goods right now, and he's going to find one spray. Blind as well, but it's not enough. Liquid with the man advantage going into the bomb plant on A. They have all the time to set themselves up for the post plant. Tarik and Ethan now, what can they do? Tarik's got an AK.
That is a very, very cool play out of Elige, because it allows for the rest of the team pushing quad to not even worry about library or any of that. It's really well done. Ethan and Tarik, they are in a world of trouble in this second half here for EG. I mean, they had it all set up so nicely. They absolutely could have got this map, but something was missing, and we'll have to go back and review what that was. Fallen goes down to Ethan, which is a little bit interesting, but again, they do not have a kit, so this is just taking way too long already. And even if they're making it close here, I don't think Tarik could do anything. He's still alive for a second and finally goes down. 16-12 as Liquid pick up the first map in this best of 3, putting us on Dust 2, which will be the follow-up here. But yeah, what a